World Cup champions of 1999. What a victory for the Sri Lankans. A fantastic...
Pakistan wins the World Cup. A magnificent performance.
Here's the man who's been largely responsible for us over the last.
The first World Cup. That is Australia's joy. And England.
Hello to all of you on the match point, and I welcome you once again on the Global T20 Jockey and also on our mobile app on the Android and on the iPhone applications. It's really available, Global T20 GT20, where you can see the superstars, and you are seeing the plenty of superstars from Australia, South Africa, Pakistan, West Indies. But right now I'm having someone, because we are approaching towards the end and we are having the top of the line, the cream, which is the best in the business. Some were bowlers and some were batsmen. Right now, who is with me? He is the best in the business when we come to the batting, shattering nearly all the records in his time. Highest individual score of first class cricket in the 1994 501, which is still the highest ever record in the same magical year of 1994, making the record of 375, which was ultimately broken by the Matthew Hayden. But the grace of this man, in the 6 months' time, he's the only one in the history to reclaim that title and topping it with a 400 not out. That's why I never took his name on my shows. I say him Mr. 400 not out. Only man to reclaim the test, as I told you, and 400 not out is the second player after Donald Bradman to have the 2 triple centuries. Who is right next to me? Brian Charles Lara, the Prince of Trinidad. Hello, Brian.
Hi, how are you guys?
How are you, Brian?
Good.
Brian, very excited to have you on the mobile app, and lot of fans asking where is Brian nowadays. So Brian is here in front of us. Brian, how is the feeling in the Canada? How are you?
I'm good. I mean, it's my second time in Canada for the GT20. This year, I think it's a lot of progress made. I think it's just a tremendous tournament, and to be a part of something that's bringing cricket to this side of the world, which is not accustomed to cricket, it's something very special for me. So hopefully it continues to be a success.
Brian, you were also the part of the season 1, and now you are a part of the season 2. What was the major difference you saw in the both King City and in the CA ground, a part of the drop-in pitch?
Well, I think this facility is more accommodating. I'm almost sure that it's closer to where the cricket public is. You want to get the cricket public. I found that maybe King City was a little bit out of the way, but this seems to be in the heart of where people want to see cricket, which is great. I mean, there's cricket going on the field here, but just 100 yards away, there's another cricket match going on or something happening. So I believe that this is sort of like the epicenter for cricket, which is great. I think the facilities, the whole organization of it is a lot more professional this year, and it will get better as time goes on. There's always going to be problems, but as long as you're willing to appreciate those problems and improve on it, I think it's going to be special.
What is the single thing, if I ask Brian Charles Lara, that in the third season he want to see that improvement in the GT20?
Well, I think at some point in time you're going to work towards getting a permanent stadium. Right now we are using a facility that is put together just for this 2 to 3 weeks of a tournament. If you want cricket to be really outstanding in Canada, you've got to build a facility that cricketers are going to go to every single day there is good weather to play cricket. This is what you really want. And that's going to be encouraging. So hopefully, if not year 3, but at some point in time we need to get a proper stadium for the game.
In the 1994 and 95, the Wisden leading cricketer of the year and the Hall of Fame in 2012, and ultimately we will discuss something about the Brian's early days. I was very curious, and I knew that when I will meet Brian, I will definitely ask him about the Harvard coaching clinic where his dad has introduced him, and then the early days with the St. Joseph Roman Catholic Primary School, and then you shifted, and your coach, I think Ram Das, he was with this, who was earlier working on you. Brian, you were remembering those days?
Of course.
Those golden days?
Yeah, I mean, my first set of cricket was at Harvard Coaching Clinic. I think I was 6 years old at the time when my dad got me there every Sunday morning between January and May, June of every year. And I spent something like about 10 years at Harvard Coaching Clinic. Of course, I played a little bit at Fatima College, as you spoke about Harry Ramdas, but my only recollection of St. Joseph Boys RSC is that I was so small that every time there was a cricket match, they gave me the scoring book. That's all I did. All I had to do was score. I didn't get an opportunity to play. But they were great times, you know, my formative years where you put things together, where you realize that the talent that you have, and you sort of work with that God-given talent towards making it something. The support group that you mentioned was very integral in making sure that I got to the top.
Brian, and then you went to the youth championship where you shattered the record of Carl Hooper in those days, who was in the peak and then breaking his runs, and then in the Trinidad and Tobago championship when you went, and finally you were against the best in the business like the Jewel Garner, the tall man, and the Malcolm Marshall, rest in peace. So how was that experience suddenly?
Youth cricket in the West Indies is very competitive, so you know, just having an opportunity to play for Trinidad and Tobago, sort of put your skills on show, I think was something that I appreciate to have the opportunity to. It sort of laid the foundation for me moving forward.
On the 6th of December 1990, I'm the eyewitness, Brian, when you played in Karachi. And you was playing in the Pakistan against the mighty Imran Khan's team. Do you remember that debut game, cap number 196?
I remember the game. Myself and I think Carl Hooper put on a partnership. That was my very first test match.
44, I guess.
Yeah, I think I got some.
44 and the other innings.
I think the most important part was the partnership because we were struggling a bit.
So quickly moving forward, and his innings of the match-winning 153 not out versus Australia at the Bridgetown, Barbados in the 1999 is still in the wisdom books, is the second best innings after the Donald Bradman did in the Ashes in 1936-37 against England at that time. Brian, do you remember that innings?
Of course, it's one of the better ones I've played.
We just want you to ignite some memories from those innings.
Those were good times.
Okay, so last thing before going to the straight dive with the Brian 277 in the Sydney, and ultimately I heard that you were loving this innings because later on Tyler and the Sydney came and you put the name because of this great innings. Is it right? That because of this
I
great
asked the mother if I can name my daughter because it was a very special innings to me, so she obliged.
So Tyler and Sydney, who is the bigger fan of the daddy?
They're a different age group. One is 22 and a big lady, and the other one is 9 years old.
They are knowing the worth of Brian Charles Lara?
Of course they do.
They do. Brian, your favorite singer? Your favorite singer?
Does it have to be American? Does it have to be Indian?
Any?
No. My favorite singer would be Kes from Trinidad and Tobago.
Your favorite movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
Your favorite cricket ground around the world?
Adelaide Oval.
Adelaide Oval. Favorite food?
West Indian food. We've got something called, a Sunday lunch where we have like macaroni pie and stewed chicken and rice and all these sort of different things. Yeah.
And favorite spot in Canada?
Favorite sport in Canada? Cricket.
A favorite spot, holiday spot, destination.
Oh, in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been to Canada a couple times. I haven't been to Niagara Falls, but I have a brother that lives here. So just coming here, when I come here, what I look forward to doing? Playing golf. They have some of the most amazing golf courses in Canada.
Your best habit? Best habit?
My best habit? Waking up early. I don't know.
And your worst habit?
Not sleeping enough.
Your best roommate in the cricketing days?
I would say Courtney Brown.
Your worst roommate in the cricketing days?
I don't have a bad roommate.
Pretend Brian Lara is in the 1920. What single thing Brian will take from the today's world back in the 1920?
In the 1920s, what would I take back? I would say connectivity, so telecoms.
Telecom. If Brian Lara is a superhero, which superhero he will be and which power?
I'm not a superhero fan.
He's not a superhero fan. If he has to face Shoaib Akhtar or a Brett Lee, whom he will avoid?
I would avoid Shoaib Akhtar. I think Brett Lee may have bowled faster, but I think the difficulty of seeing Shoaib Akhtar, the hand coming from behind the back, was pretty difficult.
David Gower, Javed Miandad, Alan Border, Sunil Gavaskar, your pick in the test match.
They're all great players. Don't ask me to pick between them.
AB de Villiers or a Corey Anderson, your pick in the T20.
I would say de Villiers.
If Brian would not have a cricketer, he would have been
An accountant.
when New Zealand will win the World Cup.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity for them to win it, but they didn't. So it'll be hard beyond this. But you know what? They've been to so many semi-finals and a few finals as well that, hopefully one day. But if it's one time I was supporting them, was this time.
When South Africa will win the knockout game.
I mean, South Africa is struggling, but they're a pretty respectable team in world cricket.
When?
But hopefully they would win something. But I remember them beating us in the 1998 ICC Champions Trophy finals in Bangladesh.
When Pakistan will beat India in a World Cup game.
I don't know. That might be difficult.
Difficult. Okay. So Canada participated in a cricket World Cup. Do Brian Lara know how many times? 2, 3, 4?
I can remember one.
One only.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Brian. You
Thank
came
you.
to the show and wonderful to see you. Hope
Thank
you
you.
will come to the next Global T20 also and you will be the part of the show
Yes.
also. And till the next superstar comes and we say you goodbye, and when I will next time come, I will be coming with the Aussie superstar. Till the fingers are crossed, who will be the next man? Till then, Dr. Adnan says you goodbye. Take care and bye-bye.
Fantastic.
Here's the man who's been largely responsible for our goal of the lesson.
The first World Cup, that is Australia's joy and England.